Giotto is often credited as the artist who sent art in new directions by abandoning the Byzantine tradition and introducing more realism, thus initiating the Renaissance in art. This view first appeared in Giorgio Vasari's Vita degli Artisti. However, it is important to simplify that this interpretation is very simple. Vasari evaluated historical periods that were hundreds of years before his time, and often attributed rapid and incredible changes to epic figures as if nothing had happened before them. He also claimed that Jan van Eyck invented oil painting, even though it was known at the time that the technique was already in use in the 12th century. However, Van Eyck perfected it perfectly. Similarly, Giotto did not bring some of the styles that Vasari identified as pioneering. Detailed analysis shows that he reworked the Byzantine painting tradition rather than rejecting it. Moreover, he was not the first artist to do so. His teacher Cimabue and Duccio, Giotto's predecessors, also pioneered the same techniques that Giotto perfected. Even so, they retained some degree of the perspective of Byzantine art, but their work now included more realism in conveying a message, instead of using symbols like Byzantine art. Giotto also replaced the blue background with gold to create a sense of realism. In the picture, seen from the life of Saint Francis, a situation from the life of this world is depicted. The fresco in the upper basilica of Saint Francis in Assisi is part of a series dedicated to the life of Saint Francis. The painting depicts a scene in which the city of Arezzo is possessed by demons. Francis of Assisi orders the demons to be cast out if he uses a priest named Silvestro. It is a very powerful theological tool because Saint Francis did not witness this event personally. The reason is the fact that at that time he was not yet a member of the order and only priests were authorized to perform exorcisms. There is also an interesting element in the scene outside Francis and Sylvester, the gates of the city of Arezzo. We see two gates, a wide one and a narrow one. People leave the city through a wide gate, while a farmer with a donkey goes out through a narrow gate. This has a clear social commentary and refers to the Gospel of St. Luke, which says that we are to enter through the narrow gate because the wide gate leads to destruction. This symbolic image points to the differences between rich and poor, virtue and sin. Now the central focus of the picture falls on the demons. As we saw in the narrative, they were driven out of the city. They were trying to make the city tear itself apart in a civil war. Now peace is restored to the city below and the demons get the boot. Their depiction often resembles the way demons are depicted in Byzantine art, where the demons are black and show contrasts between night and day, darkness and light. But a few different touches are added here. Some of them are transparent, one is reddish, and all show some level of resolution. For Giotto here it represents various sins, reddish for violence, transparent for gossip and intangible crimes that people commit, another lust and another less transparent demonic envy. They all leave at the priest's command, showing that the demons must obey the divine command. If we then follow the line of symmetry downwards, then we find a city at peace, freed from demonic oppression. Next, one of the demons is seen looking squarely at the rich man leaving the wide gate, as if to say we've still got this one. On the other side, a grieving demon looks at the man leaving the narrow gate and weeps. For demons, what inaction gains, hard work loses. So I believe that Giotto is doing more than a rich and poor story, rather it is a question of virtue, work as opposed to the idleness of wealth, and Saint Francis who combines poverty absolutely with work and work, against the body, against the world and here through the priesthood reminding great devotion to Saint Francis.